Okay, let me share my screen news. Okay, so hope everyone can see my screen. So first of all, I would like to thank everyone for taking your personal time and giving me this demo. So I'll introduce myself first. So myself, Srikar. So like I am working as a technical product manager for like one of the analytics company. So I'm working for the analytics product. And so today, like we are here, like for the demo. So it is related to the technical business analyst or like a technical product owner or product owner. So it's not about technical or functional. So it's like altogether like a master class. So where I can say we can even try as a scrum master as well. So after this particular course. Okay. So I'll just explain about overall structure of this particular course, and then I will explain like the overview of the business, what is business analyst, and what does business analyst do, and what is the difference between the product owner and business analyst. So from there we can start, and then we can see the course content, and then we can discuss about the Q&A. So if you have any questions, so I'll try to answer them. Okay. So let me move to the next screen. Okay. So, like I introduced myself. So then about the course duration. So the course duration, it's around like a 25 classes, 25 plus classes. Okay, so 25 to 28 classes it will come around. Okay, so it depends on the duration of the course, duration of that particular day, the session, how long it is taking, or like we can complete it in like 1 month and 5 days. So because we will not have classes on Saturdays and Sundays, if it is a weekday batch, so that's why like consider like 5 days plus or minus 30 plus or minus 5. Okay. So that's the course duration and course type. So it's an online course, and either it is weekday or weekend. So we have not finalized that. So you can reach out to Shapir for more details on it, like what would be the timings of it, and whether it is a weekend or weekend. So you can reach out to PT Academy. Okay. And about PT Academy, so I believe no need of any introduction. So as everyone is aware of like PT Academy, so you can like go through the website because like we have trained like so many batches, and we have helped students in getting the jobs as a product owner and business analyst even in these tough times. Like when why I'm saying tough times is because so we have a little bit less calls nowadays, and when compared to the last year, so it's not like that there are no calls. The calls are there, but interview calls are there for business analyst and also for product owner. But compared to last year, so I believe like everyone might be aware. So because of the recession, so the calls got reduced compared to last year. But even in this situation, so when compared to other technologies like a Java developer or like testing, so for testing, I can say there are no calls at all. So hardly there are no calls. Only if you are keeping like a 6 plus or 7 plus years of experience, you can expect some call in ETL testing or Selenium or even functional testing. So, but it is not the case with business analyst. Even freshers can try as a business analyst. There are calls for freshers, and even like at entry level, like a 2 years experienced graduate, 2 years experienced guys will have opportunity for a business analyst role. Okay, excuse me. So that is about the course type. And let me talk about the prerequisite. So what is prerequisite? So do you need any prior knowledge to continue with this course? No. So there is no need of any prior understanding. Only prerequisite is communication. So why I'm telling as communication? Because you need to interact with your team members. So you need to interact with your lead. You need to interact with your development team, and you need to interact with your testing team. So that's why communication is important. So that is a bare minimum, correct? So that is a basic requirement. If you're looking for a software job, so communication is like a prerequisite. So it is mandatory. So I cannot help in that particular area, but try to improve your communication skills. If you are like feeling low, or if you are not confident enough, so try to talk with your roommates or try to talk with your friends and family in English, and try to improve your skills. Okay. So I cannot help in that particular area. So that is about the overall plan. So hope everyone is clear about this particular plan. So like about the duration, about the course type, and the prerequisite. So hope I'm clear now. So even though the course is intended for technical business analyst, so no need of any prior technical knowledge is needed. So even MBA graduate, even fresher. So I believe there are few people who are pursuing their MBA. So it is very good opportunity for them to learn about the business analyst course, where they can excel well in their initial days of their career itself. Okay, so that's the beauty of this particular course. So I'll repeat, guys. Like we can after by end of this course, you can apply for three different roles. One is a business analyst, one is a product owner, and one is Scrum Master. So you can apply for any of these three roles because I'll be focusing on all these three areas, and I'll be helping you guys to understand about the topics which were planned and with use cases. It's not like just a theoretical class, guys. So it's a practical class. I will help you with each and everything. Like say, for example, we need some documentation skills. So what sort of documentation skills, like how a BRD looks like? So BRD stands for business requirement document. So there will be a document called BRD where there will be so many sections in it, and there is some specific rules to create that particular document. So like that, I will show you like some examples, and I'll create that particular document in the live class so that you can also practice, and I will share you some of the testimonials or some of the previous business requirement documents. So that is one kind of a practical class, and the main practical class is like Jira. So Jira is like a management tool. So I believe if you are a working professional, so definitely you will be using one or the other management tool. So what are the other management tools that we have in the market, guys? Can anyone respond? Other than Jira, like what are the competitors for Jira? Sorry, one by one.
Rally.
Okay, Rally, very good.
Asana is there.
HPLM.
HPLM, okay. Azure DevOps, you might have heard Azure DevOps, right? So yeah, so here itself we got four different management tools. One is Jira, one is Azure DevOps, or we can also call it as a TFS, Team Foundation Server. Okay, so both are same. Azure DevOps or Team Foundation Server, both are same. And we have Rally. So some of the students said it's Rally. That's correct. And also we have HPALM. So HPALM is like HP is owning it, and it's a very old tool. So nowadays, like no one is using HPLM. So nowadays, most of the companies are using Jira or Azure DevOps. Okay. So I will take Jira as a practical class in our course, and I will explain you from basic, from like a creation of the Jira account, how to create a user story, how to create an epic, what is the hierarchy, and how to start the sprint, how to end the sprint, everything. So whatever is needed for business analyst, I will explain that, and whatever is needed for product owner, I will explain that, and whatever is needed for Scrum Master, I will explain that. So what exactly is required for Scrum Master? So Scrum Master has to drive all the calls. So in there are so many methodologies in the market to follow, like SDLC, software development lifecycle, and one of the popular model is Agile model, right? So you might have heard about Agile methodology. So I will explain in detail about Agile methodology. So what are all the ceremonies that we have in Agile, and why Agile is preferred? What are all the drawbacks of Agile? So what is the advantage, disadvantage of Agile, and who can use Agile? And in Agile, so what are the different methods we have? We have Scrum framework, we have Kanban framework. So we have like these two frameworks in Agile. And what is SAFe? I will explain about SAFe also, like what is the difference between Agile and SAFe. So these details I will explain from the beginning, from the basic to the advanced level. And the Scrum Master, so the Scrum Master need to run the call. So he need to schedule the calls, he need to drive the daily stand-up meeting, so he need to drive the retrospective meeting. So like that, there are some responsibilities for the Scrum Master. I will explain those aspects. Clear, guys? Okay. So before jumping into the course content, I would like to explain more about business analyst and product owner. So like who is a business analyst according to you? So can anyone tell, give a try, who is a business analyst and what exactly business analyst will be doing?
Liaison between the business and the developers.
Perfect. Yeah, any other answers? Okay, so she said like a perfectly right. So that's like a business analyst. So I'll try to explain with some example so that whoever is very new to the IT world, so they can also correlate and they can understand it very well. Okay, so let's assume so we are going to a supermarket. Let's say Reliance supermarket, Reliance Mart. So like what we will do, so we will select some products and we will go to the billing counter and we will get the billing done. So how the billing will be done, guys? So they will scan the barcode, right? So they will have an application, the billing executive will have an application on their screen. And as soon as they scan the barcode of that particular product, so it will automatically detect the product and the product name will be there, the product ID will be there, and the product amount will be there. Okay. And if there are any discounts, so that will also be showing there, right? So how it is happening? Because so the dev team, the development team has built that particular project. So the project is all about the billing application. So let's assume the product name is billing application. So now let's assume there is okay. So like everyone might have noticed this scenario, right? So they will scan it and the product will be detected, and then they will scan multiple products and all the totals will get summed up, and finally the billing executive will select the mode of payment, either it is a card payment or cash or like any meal card, Sudoku card, etc., XYZ, etc. Okay, so they will select some of the other payment method, and finally the payment will be done and the bill will get generated. So that is the end-to-end process, right? So once the bill is generated, so you can go you can move out of the store. So that is the process, correct? So in this particular process, like what you have observed now, so there is a software application. So that particular application, whatever is being used by the billing executive, is called as a billing application or anything like name it like the name can be anything, but that's one software application technically, right? So let's assume like Reliance, so we have like one new client coming into the place, like say for example Tata. So Tata is asking Infosys, like Tata is coming to the maybe not Tata, so because Tata is also have Tata technologies. So let's assume some XYZ company like Reliance Mart. So we have some XYZ Mart, and that particular XYZ Mart is coming to a particular service-based company or any company and asking for right. Hey, we need to build a particular software, and my requirement is this. Like we need to scan the items and then the item should get detected, and then like we should we should be able to select the payment mode, and finally we should be able to generate the bill. So that is the requirement given by that particular XYZ Mart to one of the service based company, either it can be Tech Mahindra or Infosys or TCS or anything like or Accenture. Let's assume Infosys in our example, right? So like to in this particular whole scenario, so business analyst will pitch in and he is responsible to collect the requirements from the XYZ Mart. So the XYZ Mart, so from XYZ Mart, there will be one executive, so who will be giving the requirements. So we call them as a stakeholder. So understand this terminology. So stakeholder or end user or client. So we can call with any name. So, and for now, let's assume they are the stakeholders. So the stakeholder will give the requirement, and business analyst responsibility is to take the requirements. He will collect all the requirements. Okay, so like we will ask the question like what kind of a screen, like how the screen should be looking like. So what are all the attributes that we should display on that particular screen? Okay, and like, do we need to rely on any third-party payment gateway, or do we need to build in-house payment gateway? So like this, we need to ask multiple questions and we need to gather the requirement. So the person who is gathering the requirements here is called as a business analyst or product owner. So I will differentiate between business analyst and product owner at the end of the session. So forget about it now. So let's assume business analyst and product owner will be gathering the requirements. From whom? From the stakeholder. So far it's clear, guys? Any questions so far? I'll take a pass. Yes, no?
No.
Okay, clear. So now, like, your job is done. So you collected the requirements. Then what else you need to do? You need to explain that requirements. Sorry, you need to document that requirements first, correct? So you have gathered the requirements from the client. So now you know what all is needed for the client, but it's there in your mind. You have not documented. So without documenting, how can you explain to your colleagues? So when I say colleagues, you need to explain the requirements to the technical team. So who all will come under technical team? So that in technical team, so there will be a development team, there will be a UX team, and there will be testing team. So these three teams will be there. Okay. So to make them understand, so you need to prepare the document. So what kind of document? So we have multiple documents like a business requirement document, functional requirement document. So like that, we have like so many documents in place, and I will explain you each one of them, like what is the difference between them, how to create them, everything I'll be explaining. Okay. So now on a high level, you understood, right? So first you need to gather the requirement, and then you need to document the requirement. And finally, you need to explain the requirement to your dev team and testing team. And then you need to review the deliverables. Say, for example, the application was built by the dev team and the testing team role. What is the testing team's role here? Testing team has to test that particular application, whether it is meeting the requirements or not. So whether it is as per the client requirements or not. And they will give the sign off. And once the testing team provides their sign off, it's business team's responsibility to do the UAT testing, or like whatever testing it is, you can call it anything. So you have to review it, and finally you need to demo it back to the client. You need to demo it back to the customer. So that is the roles and responsibilities of a business analyst. So I hope everyone understood now with an example. So business analyst is the bridge between the client or the stakeholder and the technical team. So he will be acting as a bridge between these two teams. Like what are the two teams here? One is the client and one is a technical team. So when I say the technical team, assume it is a dev team, UX team, DB team, like solution team, deployment team, testing team. All the teams come under technical team only. Okay. So the business analyst will act as the bridge between your client and your technical team. Clear, guys? So clear, like what business analyst will be doing and what are all the roles of a business analyst and product owner. So these are the roles and responsibilities of a business analyst. So in our classes, I will be explaining in more detail with more examples and with more case studies and with live classes. Like when I say live classes, I'll be explaining say for example, I'm explaining Jira. So I'll be creating a Jira account and I'll create a user story and I'll start the sprint, and I will move the items from one bucket to another bucket. Say for example, from in progress to embedded, or embedded to code review. So I will explain all these topics, like what attributes we will have in Jira and how to do that planning, sprint planning. So in agile ceremonies, like we have multiple agile ceremonies. Say for example, backlog refinement and backlog grooming. So when I say backlog refinement and backlog grooming, so you need to explain the user stories to your technical team in that particular call. I'll be explaining you like how we will be doing that practically, and then we will be doing the estimation. So whenever we are doing the estimation and prioritization, so we will do that in the sprint planning call. So I will explain you that practically in Jira. And then finally, we will do a retrospective call, or we will attend the daily stand-ups, how that will happen in a real time or in a real project. So I'll be explaining these topics to you. Okay, so this is like complete the agile framework. So I will explain the complete agile framework in agile. So we have two different models, like a Scrum model and also the Kanban model. So I'll differentiate between these two, and I will explain which projects are preferred, like what kind of a like whether Scrum is preferred or like Kanban is preferred. I will explain you. Okay. So after this, okay, any questions, guys, so far before jumping into the actual topics? So hope everyone understood about this particular course.
Hello.
So this is the
Hello,
master
Sekhar.
class, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Anand this side. I would like to ask a question. If I talk about this course, can you please explain a bit for which type of user this course will be useful?
Okay, good question. So this will be useful for freshers and also like people who are already working as a BA, or like people who are working as a testing engineer or a developer or any other technology, or like people who are working as a bank executives, anything. So like whoever is having a communication, so everyone is eligible for this particular course, and you can try as a business analyst. So say for
And
example, I will take one case study. Okay, let me
okay.
complete. So let's take a case
Sure.
study. So say like you are having experience of 4 years and you're working as a test engineer in some XYZ company. So say
Okay.
for example, if you want to convert your profile as a BA, so like there are two options. One is you can portray like the complete 4 years as a BA if you have that confidence, if you are like thorough with all the topics, whatever I'm explaining. You can convert your profile. I'll help you doing preparing the resume and preparing the roles and responsibilities. I'll help you in that in the resume preparation and how to prepare for the interview. I'll help you in that. And then you can try for the new companies as if you have worked as a business analyst in the past. So that is one option. And the second option is you can try as a fresher. So when I say fresher, so your 4 years experience will still be there as a QA, as a testing engineer, but as a, you will be genuine with the company and you will tell that, hey, I have done the course and I have the certification and I know like I'm confident enough to handle the role of a PA. And let me please give me a chance. Like you will apply for a PA roles, and then you will get into a job once you clear the that particular role. So that is the second option.
So you are
like
going to help us with the placement as well?
so placements definitely I'll help you. So I'll be sharing the interviews. Like say for example, if there are like in my circle, if like one of the I have like some couple of HR contacts where they will be sharing the email IDs and all. So I'll be helping you with those things. And even like Shabir from PT Academy, they also will help you with the placements assistance. And I will be helping you with the mock interviews, and also I'll be helping you with the resume preparation. So all these things we will be taking care. Okay, so I
And
think I'm not sure
what will
whoever.
be the total fees, Rika, that we will have to pay?
Yeah, fees details you can please check out with the Shabir after this particular session. So I think he will. You can text him, so definitely he'll be able to help you
Okay,
about the fees.
sure,
And,
sure.
yeah, about the
Thanks.
timings and fees. So you please reach out to the management of PT Academy. Okay.
Okay,
And
thanks.
so yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
hi sir.
Hello, sir.
Hi sir, this
Hello,
side
sir.
Abhishek. Sir, I
yeah
have a
one
query.
by one. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, basically, I am a pass out graduate. I did my BTech from
Mm-hmm.
computer science engineering, and
Mm-hmm.
currently I'm working in as a sales executive.
Okay. Okay.
But because but I am not interested in coding and all. So may I try for the BA? Is that profession good for me? Because I am into it.
Mhm.
I can self understand myself that I know business well.
Okay. Okay. So this is a very good use case, Abhishek. I think Abhishek, you are asking the question, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, this is a very good use case. Like, say, a few people will not be interested in coding. Say, for example, they might have tried learning Python or Java or some programming language, but they somehow like they are not interested like in learning that particular language, and they're not confident enough to go into that particular domain. So for those people, so this is the best course where so there will not be any coding. So I will be explaining to the API and SQL part, that too, it's very basic and very minimal. So I'll give you the syntax and everything. And even that is required only for the technical business analyst. If you don't want to write any SQL query also, you can be as a functional query. So just with your communication and with your documentation skills, you can be
Yeah.
as a good business analyst. As you're saying, like you have a good business understanding, like how the what is the process, how the requirements will be, how the application will be looking like. So you, as you know,
Yeah,
like
because
have that
I
idea.
have seen for any business there is a certain parameters that they are following. If I am talking about the Byju's, just they are following us some parameters on which they are going, but due to the physics wala, it's come down because
Mhm.
they have the breaking of parameters, so it's a high level thing. So
Got it, got
I
it.
have seen myself that I have a good understandable capability. So I'm just trying to change my career in this.
Yeah, that's great, Abhishek. So most of the students, that's what they're doing. Say, for example, I told about banking executives. So most of the executives also like will move their career from banking
So
field to
would
this
you please
BA field.
explain a bit
Mhm.
deeper, how I can be a BA? Like I have searched here and there, but there is
Mhm.
nothing like someone says you have to learn Excel, and this type of things. But I
What? Sorry,
didn't
what
have
is that?
any.
What you have to do?
When I searched on the Google, like on the Google, then they are like you have some of like certifications of this for the this and this.
Got it. Got it.
type of-
Okay, let me answer that. So this course is planned in such a way that like it will be covering all the topics. I have not explained about the course content yet, but by end of this explanation, you will be getting more confidence about that you can get a job, you can crack the interview as a business analyst. So why? Because I have included everything, whatever is required for BA. So what in my day-to-day life, say for example, I'm BA. And in my day-to-day life, whatever I am doing, so everything like I have included in this particular course. And by learning these topics and by practicing the like assessments, like or like assignments, like whatever I am giving, so you will gain that confidence and you will be able to crack the interview. So and even like after getting the job, like there are like old students who will be seeking help from us, and if they have any like doubts, like not throughout the career, but maybe in the initial days of the career to like kickstart their career, like they will be taking the support from us. Like I will be definitely able to help the students like with the solution. Like say for example, if you're stuck somewhere
It's a
in
good
the
thing.
project,
Yes, sir.
okay, so we will definitely support and we will make you comfortable in the initial. Let's see, I can say just 1 month support is more than enough. Like you just
Yes, sir.
need that push. And say, for example, as soon as you join a company as a BA, so they will give some set of documents and they will go through, they will ask you to go through it and they will ask you to prepare something. So in
Yes,
that
sir.
case, if you are stuck, so we will be able to help you. So we will guide you like what to do and what are the next steps that has to be done. So those things will be guiding you. So don't worry in that aspect. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello,
So
sir.
yeah, please.
Sir, I completed my MBA, sir, just now. So is this course
Yeah.
is useful to me, sir?
Yes, definitely, Shishir. Why? Because like I already explained. So because for even for freshers, like you can just search in Naukri or like in Google, like fresher business analyst openings. So you can get like a lot of like openings for even for freshers or like 0 to 1 years of experience. So you can apply for all those roles. So suppose if you are an engineering graduate or like a BCom student or like MBA graduate or MCA graduate, so this is applicable for you. Even though if you are a fresher, this is applicable for you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other before jumping into the course content?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Please.
I will cover all the contents in detail, sir. Actually, I joined just now. I was in meeting.
Okay, so this session is being recorded, buddy. So you can go through the recording. Maybe you will get to know about all the details. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So okay, guys, I'll quickly move on to the course content. So first, like that's what I said. Like I will give you like with examples, like who is business analyst, and what is the responsibilities, roles and responsibilities of the business analyst, and why BA is needed. So if there is no BA, what will happen? So why BA is needed, and in software development life cycle, where BA has to pitch in, and what and where he has to pitch out. Like say for example, there is a project and like where the BA role will exactly start. So I will start with that particular topics, and because that is a basic thing that you need to understand. So I will start with that, and then I will continue with the fundamentals of IT system, because I don't want to jump into the topics directly. I wanted to explain you how the software development lifecycle works and how the IT structure will be there. Say for example, there is a project, and what is the team structure? Like say, who is a UX developer, who is a front-end developer, who is a API developer, who is a DB developer, who is a tester. So I would like to give some insights on those aspects, and I would like to explain you the software development life cycle first. What is the life cycle? Like so starting from requirement gathering, design, like development, testing, support, deployment, support, so everything. So what is the software development life cycle? I would like to start with that, and then I will jump into the agile model. So this is very, very, very important topic for BA. The third section is very important. So before agile, there is like there are multiple models called waterfall model, V model. So those are not popular nowadays, because nowadays everyone is following agile methodology. Okay, I will explain you what is waterfall model, and then I will start with agile methodology, and end-to-end agile. So you can, I will explain end-to-end agile process. When I say end-to-end, each and every ceremony and what BA will do in that particular ceremony and what product owner will do in that and what Scrum Master will do in that particular ceremony. So why I'm explaining all these three different roles like business analyst, product owner, and Scrum Master is because you need to know the differentiation of all these three, and then you need to fix for one particular role, and then you can apply for that particular role itself, right? Say for example, if you're confident enough for Scrum Master role, so you can apply for that particular role, or like you can do one more thing. So you can create three different profiles, and then you can apply for all these three different roles, and then you can try your luck. So even if you're confident enough, you can do that as well. Clear? So that is why I have prepared this masterclass where I'm explaining all the three roles, like business analyst, product owner, and Scrum Master. So for all these three roles, I can say like 60% of the roles and responsibilities will be similar, and maybe 40% of the roles and responsibilities will vary. So that's why I have clubbed all these three roles, and I am explaining in a masterclass. Clear, guys? Okay. Now next is like the requirement gathering techniques. So I said you the customer will be giving the requirements, and we will extract the requirements. So to extract that requirement, so there are various techniques. So that is called as a elicitation technique. So there are so many techniques in the market. So I will explain you each one of them, like in which particular scenario, what kind of a technique that we should use. I will explain you about that. And then I will clearly explain you about the functional and non-functional requirements. So don't think too much about this. I will explain you in the classes like what is functional requirement, what is non-functional requirement. So all these topics I'll be explaining. Okay. So then finally the documentation. So the documentation is very, very important. So the third topic is very important, guys. For a BA or product owner, the third topic is very, very important. That is agile. And then the fifth topic is also like very, very, very important. So the fifth documentation is documentation. So we have like various things like wireframes. What is a wireframe? Suppose there is you are accessing Google, guys, or Gmail. So whenever
Sir,
you
could you
access
please explain slowly?
Okay. Am I too fast, guys?
Not too fast, but
Okay, fine. So I'll go a bit slowly.
A little bit faster.
Fine, guys. Okay. So till here you understood, right? What is? I'll explain you about the agile contents, and then okay. Let me go to the next before. Okay. So agile contents I explained, right? So this I will be explaining you, and then I'll be explaining about the requirement gathering techniques. As I said, so there are like various techniques to gather the requirements. Like say for example, brainstorming. So what is brainstorming? Brainstorming is nothing but you will think and then you will come up with the requirement. Then you will conclude the requirement. So like that, there are like multiple methods, multiple techniques for gathering the requirement. I will explain you each one of them. So that's what I said. So don't think too much about what is functional and not functional. So don't go deeper into this, guys. Like I'll explain you in deeper in the class, because this is just explanation of the course content. It is not about making you understanding about each and every topic, right? So you will get to know about this topic only if we do it in a practical way. You will not get it if you just read the course content, correct? Am I right or wrong? So suppose if you're reading a textbook, if you go through the course content, will you be able to understand about the complete textbook? No, right? So you will just try to understand what is the course content, what will be inside that particular textbook, that you will get to know by reading the course content. So this is also just similar to that. So it is just the content, and the topics wise there are like so this is just like a high level topic that I am explaining you now, but in detail you will get to know in the classes. Clear? Okay, I'll move on, guys. So I'm talking about the documentation. So documentation is very, very, very important. So you need to prepare the documentation. I will explain you wireframes. Like, okay, so first of all, let me explain what is wireframe. So say, for example, you are accessing a particular application. So suppose Amazon.com. So as soon as you access that particular application, so what is the screen that you will get, guys? So there will be a landing page, and there will be Amazon logo, and there will be an option to sign in, right? Or maybe there will be an option to sign up. So all these details will be displayed on that particular screen. So that is called as a UX case. So UX or UI, so both are same. So that is like a visual interface or graphical user interface. So that is like a whatever you are seeing with your eyes. So that is called as a UX or like maybe front end screen. You can call it with any terminology. So to say okay, how the developer will develop that, guys. So say for example, Amazon sign up page is there. So if you are trying to create a particular account in Amazon.com, how you will do that? So you will fill like multiple details. So how we are filling that multiple details, guys? Because you're entering the text, like say for example, you're entering your email ID, you're entering your mobile number. So how the developer know that, guys? Because BA will gather the requirement from whom? From customer. So you will ask Amazon, hey, what fields that you wanted in the UX? So we will gather the requirement and then we will prepare a wireframe. So wireframe, like I will show you practically, wireframe is like one of the okay, let me give one more example. So you're constructing a house, case. So before constructing the house, what you will be having? So you will have a floor plan, correct? So everyone might have seen the floor plan of any apartment or of any house, right? Of any individual villa or any individual flat, right? So that floor plan you can consider as a wireframe. So it is just like a rough diagram how, like say for example, where the kitchen should come, like where the master bedroom should come, where to build the toilet, so where to build the wash area. So like that, you will have a plan. So within that particular dimensions of that particular flat, so you will create a plan. So that plan is called as a floor plan, correct? So similarly, to implement, to build the application, so we need to prepare a kind of a floor plan. So that technical terminology of that particular floor plan is called as a wireframe. Okay, clear? So hope like you are able to correlate. So the floor plan and the wireframe. So to create that wireframe, it's a business analyst and product owner responsibility to create the wireframe. I'll make you explain with the practical sessions. There are multiple tools in the market like Balsamiq or Lucid Chart. So there are multiple tools. I will explain you with that practical session. And next coming topic is case study. So like business analyst has to prepare the case study, and there are some particular tools to create the case study. So I'll be explaining in detail about that practically. So I'll be preferring Lucid Chat in our demo, in our classes to explain. Okay. And then finally, BRD, FRD, and SRS. So what is this? I already explained. BRD stands for Business Requirement Document, and FRS stands for Functional Requirement Specification. SRS stands for System Requirement Specification. So we will do this in Word document. This. So I believe everyone know about the Word document. So no need of any special explanation for this. So I'll be explaining about all these three documents. What is the content? How BRD will look like, and who has to prepare it, and who has to review it. Everything I will be explaining. Clear, guys? Okay. Okay. So hope I am a bit slow now. I'll move on to the gap analysis. So the gap analysis, now you will not be able to understand what is gap analysis and market research. So you need like prior understanding of all the above 5 topics, and then only you can understand the gap analysis and the market research. So I will explain. So see, this is required only for the product owner, guys. So for business analyst and for Scrum Master, this is not at all required. So sometimes it might be required in some of the organizations, but mostly product owner will be doing all these activities like market research and prepare, doing the gap analysis. So all these things will be done by the product owner. So to understand this topic, you need to understand the above 5 topics, right? So this is like dependent on the above 5 topics. So just forget about this. I'll explain you what is gap analysis and at what point of time we need to do, and what is market research, what kind of products that we need to research, and what are the applications that we can use for the research. Everything I'll be explaining in you in detail. Clear? Okay. So next, let's move on. So next is a team working agreements case. So this is just like a documentation process. Say for example, let me give one sample scenario. Suppose if you are going to a car showroom and giving your car for the service. Okay. So like say for example, they have done the service and they're delivering it back to the user. Like suppose they're delivering back to you. So at the time of delivery, what exactly you will do, guys? So you will do multiple checks, correct? Like say, for example, you will check whether the brake is good or not. You will check whether the air is there or not, and whether you will check whether it is cleaned or not, whether engine oil is changed or not. So you will do multiple checks, correct? So that is called as a definition of done. Okay, so definition of done is nothing but, so you, before delivering the product, you will do multiple checks, correct? So that is called as a definition of done. And what is definition of ready? So whenever you are giving the vehicle to your service agent, so what exactly he will do? Say what he will check, like what is the odometer reading, what is the fuel tank reading, and if there are any dents or scratches on the vehicle, so he will try to capture that. So like that, he will check like multiple things, correct? So before starting their work, so they will do some multiple pre-checks. That is called as definition of ready. So I'll explain you in detail, guys. So with the practical examples. So now, for now, you correlate with your vehicle, and whenever you are going to a service agent, so what exactly he is doing at the beginning, and what exactly you are doing at the time of the delivery. So consider that for now, and in practical, I'll explain you in detail about it. And release notes is also the same, guys. So release notes means at the time of delivering the product to the client, so you have to prepare the release notes. So what exactly the release notes will have, what is the format of that particular release notes, everything I'll be showing and explaining. Clear? Okay. So the next topic is about the story point estimation, guys. So the story point estimation, so this is very much required for like the Scrum Master. So the estimation techniques and the story pointing techniques, and so that is important for a Scrum Master and BA also to understand. I'll be explaining it. So there are some various techniques to do that. I'll explain that. And as part of that, so there is like a concept called velocity. Okay, I think it got edited, guys. Okay, ignore it. So it got edited. Okay, so there is a concept called velocity. I'll explain that. And what else we have? Okay, so now finally we came in to the technical part, guys. So this is the technical part. When I say technical part, as a business, as a technical, okay, there is a role of technical business analyst also, guys. So you might have heard functional business analyst and technical business analyst. For a technical business analyst, if you want to go as a technical business analyst, then you need to understand these two topics. One is API, application programming interface, and one is SQL. So no need
Sir,
to have any
nowadays,
prior knowledge.
so sorry to
Go ahead.
interrupt.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello. Yeah,
Go ahead. Go
so
ahead.
nowadays, yes, sir. So nowadays, we are in which field of business analyst that it's in demand? I hope that technical business analyst is on demand right now.
It's not like that, guys.
Like
Like
they
it
are
is
getting high
equally.
package.
Yeah, if you talk about packages, 100% technical business analyst will have the higher packages, no doubt about it. But when it comes to the opportunities, it is equally there, guys. So don't compare. Don't think that functional business analyst has less calls or less demand. But when you talk about the package, I agree. So technical business analyst will have a little bit more, like say for example, 10 to 20% of the salary higher than the functional business analyst. You will have that importance in that particular company or in that particular project. So that's why, like, my suggestion is everyone learn about this API and SQL, because I no need of any prior technical knowledge, guys. I will be explaining from the scratch, and it is you don't believe it is very easy. So don't think that it is complex. So I'll explain you in a very simpler manner, and I will explain you with the practical session. So for API, I will be using Postman application. Postman application is one of the tool. I'll show you how
Yes,
to
sir.
create an account in Postman, and I'll show you what are all the endpoints, like say for example, get API, post API, delete API. So I'll explain you what are all the endpoints, what are the error codes, what are the response codes, everything I'll be explaining you. Okay, so you should not worry
Yes, sir.
about your if you have any prior experience or not. So it is irrelevant. So forget about it. And then SQL. SQL is structured query language. So you might have heard the terminology called database, correct? So how to check the data in the database? For that, you need some query language. Say, for example, if you're talking to a Korean, so what language you need to speak? You need to speak in Korean language, correct? So similarly, to talk to the database, you need some language. That particular language is called as a structured query language. Now you got it right. So what is structured query language? So to talk to the database, you need some language. That particular language is named as structured query language. Clear? So I'll explain you what is needed for a BA. So for BA, it is like no need to learn like all the topics, whatever your developer is doing. So you just need to understand few topics like functions, methods, tables, aggregates, and joins. So like this, like we have few topics. I have designed few topics, and I'll be using Snowflake in our demo classes. So why Snowflake? Okay, so before talking about Snowflake, there are multiple databases, guys. Say for example, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle SQL, and MS SQL, PostgreSQL, and MongoDB. So like that, we have n number of databases in the market, guys. So I'll be using Snowflake in our tutorials. So why? Because Snowflake is a cloud-based technology, and it is very easy to access it. So no need to have like a very huge memory in your computer. So you just need basic computer. That's it. So you can install. You can no need to install also. You just need to create an account as if you're creating account in Google or Amazon. You just need to create an account, and then you can access the demo database, and you can start practicing it. It is just a matter of 5 minutes to do that activity. Not even 5 minutes, just 2 minutes to do that activity. So that's why I'm preferring Snowflake. And if you want to prefer any other database, it's up to you. You can install it and you can practice it. I will help you with that. Clear? So I'll help you with integration and API and SQL also, guys. So this is very important. Whoever is trying for technical business analyst role. Okay. Hope everyone is clear. Now, finally, we have come into the visualization topic. So visualization, what is visualization? Suppose if there is some data in the database, your client will not be able to see the database because he is not a techie. So he is not a technical guy. So he will understand only the reporting format. Say, for example, if you are, I believe everyone might have accessed this particular tool called Cricinfo, right? So suppose if there is any match happening, so you will access Cricinfo, you will check the scoreboard, correct? And there is a like visual what we call it. I think it's a wagon wheel. So I don't know that exact terminology. So if you want to see the wagon wheel of a particular batsman, like where exactly he has scored the runs, so there will be a pictorial representation. There will be an image, and that image will be called as a wagon wheel, correct? So that is called as a visualization, guys. So instead of like reading like the topic, like say for example, he has scored like 40 runs in the leg side and 20 runs in the offside. So instead of reading that verbally, so there will be a wagon wheel where you can easily see. So that is called as a visualization. Clear? So similarly, the end user, the client will be using the visualization tool, and there are multiple visualization tools in the market. Some of the tools are SAP Business Object, Tableau, and Power BI. So I'll not be teaching like how to create the dashboards and all, but I'll be teaching on a high level like how to visualize the data and how it looks like. So those details I'll be definitely explaining you guys. But don't expect like as a developer like how to create the dashboards and how to integrate database and your report. So those things, it's not required for a business analyst. So I'll not be touching those topics, guys. So don't expect those topics in this particular tutorial. Whatever is required for a business analyst, that I'll be showing you. Clear? Okay. So then I'll be explaining about the various environments that we will have in a particular project. So say for example, the development environment. So I'll name few environments, guys. So there will be a development environment, there will be a testing environment, then there will be UAT environment, and finally there will be a production environment. So what is production environment? Whatever the end user will be using, that is called as a production environment. Say for example, you are using Amazon.in, right? So that is available for all the public. So that is called as a production environment or live environment. So before that production or live environment, there will be multiple other environments called as dev, SIT, or UAT. Like that, there are multiple environments. I'll be explaining what are those environments and what is the importance of those environments and who will be using those environments. So if I explain you those things, you will get more confidence in at the time of like maybe once you are into the project and once you are working in real time. So it will be very useful for you. See guys, like these topics, they will never ask about the environments and the data visualization and all in the interviews. But why I am explaining you all this, because you will get a fair understanding and you will be confident enough to work in the like organization. So I'm not preparing you for the interview, guys. I am preparing you for working in a real-time project. So that's my agenda. So I'll not be preparing just for the interview sake. So if you want to just prepare for the interview sake, you can read, there are like multiple YouTube videos or multiple tutorials online. So you can read them and you can crack the interview, but that is not my motto. So my motto is you should be able to perform that particular role in an easier manner. So you should, with a minimal guidance, you should be able to carry that out. In like once you crack the job, you should carry that out. So that's my intention. Okay. So for those things, like you need to understand about all these things, like what is the environment, what is the UAT environment, what is the traceability matrix. I'll be explaining you all this. Clear? And finally, Excel and Jira reporting metrics case, like how, say, for example, how you prepare a report and send it to your superiors in the, like, say, for example, you're reporting to a senior manager. Say his senior manager is asking, hey, speaker, send me the report of this particular sprint. He'll just ask like that. So how to extract that report or how to prepare that report? I'll try to prepare, I'll explain those topics to you. Okay. And then I'll explain about the data warehousing concept case. So it is just one class. I'll not go deep in the data warehousing because data warehousing itself is a huge topic. So I can explain for months together, like not months together, like for weeks together. I can explain you for weeks together, but this course for BA, it is not required at all. So I will have only one session for this particular data warehousing. I will explain you about what is data warehousing and what is the role of a business analyst in data warehousing project. I'll try to explain that. Then you can correlate and even you can attend for such kind of interviews also. Okay, so that is one advantage for you. I'll explain that. And finally, Excel skills. So what exactly is needed in Excel? So everyone might be aware of Excel, but maybe if you are not aware, don't worry. I will explain you what exactly you need to what are the features that you need to understand in Excel. So that I will explain. Clear? Okay. So the 16th one, I already explained you what is the difference between BA and PO. So that you will get to know. BA, PO, and Scrum Master. So whenever I am explaining the Agile topic, I'll explain in a very detailed manner about the differentiation between BA, PO, and Scrum Master. So that I will do. And a day as a technical business analyst or a product owner or a Scrum Master. So how your day starts, what you will do exactly as soon as you logging into the system, or as soon as you are going into the office, what exactly you will do, and how you start the day and how you end the day. So I will explain you that so that you will get some confidence. And resume buildings, obviously I told about it. So resume building and the job application tips and the interview tips, I'll give the material and I'll give you the question and answers. And if required, so I can conduct the mock interviews for you and I can review your the potential. So I can make some corrections and I can give you some corrections if at all required. And then post-job support, I told, right? So for Abhishek, I think for Abhishek, I told you post-job support. Say, for example, you got a job and you're struggling in the initial days, like you're not able to deal with it. So in that case, you can seek our help. So we will definitely able to pitch in and help you in that particular aspect also. Okay. So that is the end case. Like, so these are the different topics that I have planned and designed. So you can expect like at least 28 classes, guys. So 20 each class will have like a minimum 1 hour. So 1 hour to 1 hour 10 minutes. It will last for 1 hour 10 minutes or 1 hour 15 minutes. And I'll try to complete it in maybe 28 classes. So you can consider like maybe 35 days, 30 to 35 days you can consider, excluding Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah. So that is about the program, guys. So I'll open it to the Q&A now. So if you have any questions, like please let me know.
Hello, sir.
Or if, yeah.
Will Jira tool will be covered from scratch, sir?
Yes, from scratch, it will be covered, starting from creation of the account.
Okay. So BA also included in sir implementation part. So is this part is included in this syllabus?
What is it? What implementation you are referring to?
If we are if our company is working on SAP system, so definitely there will be a SAP implementation process while developing any system. So
yeah, definitely. See, that is the process, correct? So whenever that is the part of the sprint. So when I say agile process, there will be a 2-week sprint or 3-week sprint. In that particular process, like your dev team will do the implementation. So definitely I will be explaining those concepts also.
okay.
Yeah. So Shabir, if you want to add anything apart from whatever I have heard, you can please add, Shabir.
Yeah, I think it is okay. If no one has any other question, we are good. Those who are interested to join the program, we will be starting the batch from next week. Okay. You can connect back to us on our WhatsApp number, and we will help you with the process. We'll also share the details about the program as well as fee details and scheduling. Our team will help you. Please connect back to us via WhatsApp number. Okay. I'm typing the phone number again, the WhatsApp number for the benefit of everyone, in case if you do not have the number.
Hi, sir. We're Manu here.
Hello, sir. Sir, this side Abhishek. My question to Sikas, sir. Now, am I audible?
Yes, go
Please,
ahead.
Abhishek. Right?
Sir, see, would you please explain a bit, what are the job and responsibilities of the BA in industry, like how they perform, and
Abhishek,
what are the
for your
things that they have to face?
See, Abhishek, for a business analyst, as I explained, so the first and primary role is to extract the requirement. So when I say extract the requirement, you need to ask the requirements and you need to collect the requirements first. And then the second primary role is you need to document it. So when I say document it, it can be any form, like it can be business requirement document or it can be Epic. So you will get to know about Epic and user story whenever I'm explaining Jira. So the documentation part is very important. So whatever requirement you have gathered, you have to document it. That is the second role. And the third role is you need to explain that requirement to your dev team and QA team, right? When I say explain, so that is called as a grooming. So
Yes, sir.
you need to explain it to your dev team and QA team. So that is the third role. And the fourth role is you need to work with the cross-functional team sometimes. Say, for example, if there is any dependency, say in Amazon, there are multiple streams like payment is there, Amazon Prime is there, Amazon e-commerce application is there, Amazon AWS is there. So like that, we have multiple things in Amazon. So if you want to integrate or if you want to work with the other team, so that is called as a cross-functional team working. So you need to interact with the cross-functional team. So that is the fourth role. And then you need to review the ongoing sprint. Say, for example, now like your team is working on some of the feature. So you need to review that, like how the team is working. And if they have any doubts, you need to answer them. So that is the fifth role. And then finally, you need to demo the item back. Like say, for example, your testing team might have tested and signed off, right? So then you need
Yes,
to
sir.
review it and you need to demo it back to the customer. So that is the sixth role. So these are the
Yeah.
primary roles that you have to do as a business analyst. So that's
Yes,
why
sir.
I initially told communication is very important. So you need to talk to you need to talk to multiple people in the team. So that's why you need to have that communication, not in a very expert level. So no one is like experts here. So like at least you should be able to explain whatever you are
Like deliver
having in
what
your
I am
mind,
trying
right?
to say and can understand.
That's it. That's it.
Sir,
So
the
till that,
second thing,
it is enough. Go ahead. Go
sir, may
ahead.
I ask my second question?
Please,
Like,
please.
what's the average salary for the BA? Like, if I'm asking about the technical BA and something else.
Okay. So if you consider for experienced candidate for like 3 years, so you can get like up to 10 lakhs. So like you can easily get like 10 lakhs package. And if you
No,
have like
as a being a fresher, see, like I didn't have any, but if I start a study from for the BA, right? If I'm getting placed in a
Abhishek,
one's
so
company.
Abhishek, hold on. So for a fresher, so they will not consider whether you are a functional BA or a technical BA because they will have some standard. So for fresher entry level, whatever like the candidate has, they will give that package. Suppose it's a 3.5 is fixed. Either it is a business analyst or either it is a tester or like either like he's a Java developer. It will be fixed salary for freshers. So as per my understanding, so maybe I'm wrong, but as per my understanding, so for freshers, they will have a fixed entry level salary. Only the
Sir,
salary
for
will be varying for experienced candidates.
yeah, and sir, but as a BA, I would like to place myself in a like a very big type uh, consultant business consultant firms.
Yeah, you can try it.
So,
So whenever you are
so,
applying, like I'll help you
so
with a
is
good
that
resume preparation.
means
Mm.
the whole syllabus that you will cover in this, so that I am capable enough to do that, right?
Yes, definitely will be capable.
Okay, sir. Thank
Because
you.
I am not only covering the topics required for a BA and a PO, I am also covering you some more additional topics in this particular course where you will be
Yes,
able
sir.
to confidently work. So, say for example about the environments. So no one will explain about the environments and the process of SDLC and all. So I'd like to cover those topics also, because you need to understand from the scratch and you need to become a master in this particular area. So that's my motto. Yeah. Any other?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So if no questions, I will leave it to you, Shabir. So that's all from my side. Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay. Yeah, if there are no more questions, thank you everyone for joining. Please connect back to us for next step. We will update you. Most likely the batch will start from next week. Okay.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a great evening. Bye.